what it is, it's basically a scenario building tool. One of the reasons we worked on this was we tend to find that the way people react to and improve their understanding of carryover is largely through examples, and particularly grounding it in their own examples rather than being a piece of paper with generic rules. So we wanted to build something that would allow people to put in their own entitlements, play around with different scenarios of how much water they carry over, what happens when different things happen throughout the season. So a really simple example, if I'm on the Goulburn system and I've got 100 megs of high reliability water share and 50 megs of low reliability water share linked to my account. As you might know, the most important thing with carryover is your water shares. So having water shares linked to your account is what gives you the right to carry over. Your water shares are what gives you the right to store water in the dams. And your water shares largely control your access to water under carryover. So look, what this new limit means, the new cap that comes into place on the Goulburn and Campaspe, is if I've got a total of 150 megs of water share, including my low reliability, the most I can carry over in that account at the end of the year is 150. Now you're limited to your entitlement volume, to how much you can carry over. So if I do carry over that full 150, the first thing that happens, I suppose, to be aware of, there's some evaporation. You store the water in the dam for a bit longer, you lose 5% of that for evaporation. So after you've carried over your 150, you've got 142.5 megs available. All that water is available in your account from 1 July. And it's available because it's within your entitlement volume. As I said, your entitlements are what give you the right to store water in the dams and guarantee you that access to the water. So if you carry over that much water, it's all available from day one. Delivery obviously depends on the channels running, but it's in your account to use or trade. The next thing that can happen is the resource manager might announce an opening allocation on 1 July. So if he announced on 1 July there was a 50% allocation to high reliability shares, you get 50% of that 100 megs, so it puts another 50 megs into your account. What happens to that water? The first bit you get available, so you've got your full 150 megs of entitlement available. You've got another 42.5 megs above that, which is your water, but at this stage it's spillable water. Now why is it called spillable water? It's spillable water because it's water that's stored above your entitlement in the dam. It's borrowing space in the dams that might be needed to capture inflows for everyone else's allocations. So it's called spillable. If water comes into the dam that needs to be captured, that's the water that gives away. So it's your water, but you can't use it or trade it at that stage. And then as allocations increase, all that will happen is you'll see more water go into your account, but again, it's just more spillable water because it's above your entitlement volume. So for example, if we have inflows that come in that cause a spill equivalent to 40% of all the water in all spillable accounts, everyone loses 40% of the spillable balance. Spills are shared across people's spillable accounts proportionately. So in that case, I had 92.5 megs of spillable and I lose 40% of it. If it's a good season, good inflows, then I get a low reliability allocation, say 50%. Just like high, it's extra water against my entitlement, but because I've got my full entitlement volume, it just adds to my spillable balance. And then when the resource manager is able to make a declaration, when the risk of the dam spilling is reduced to less than 10%, all that water with spillable becomes available to me. And I can use it, I can trade it, I can carry it over into the next season if I've got an entitlement and if it's within my limit. What we've tried to do with this calculator is put something up there that people can go around and play with their own scenarios to improve their understanding. We probably see it as most benefit in that sort of space where people can just test different things and see what happens in different scenarios rather than necessarily being a direct decision-making tool. It's about a way of building your understanding so you can make more informed decisions.